Hey, Drake, just a thought on getting out there, stadium, Tom Brady night, the game action, and just your thoughts on what you were able to accomplish.
Yeah, I think shout out to the fans. That was a great turnout. I mean, that's felt like a real game atmosphere. You get the same jitters rolling out there. Obviously, a big celebration for number 12. That's a pretty cool statue they put out there. I was able to listen to a little bit of his speech. That was pretty cool. So honoring him and what he's done for this organization speaks for itself. But for the fans tonight, how about that? They showed out, and I think what the guys did tonight had everybody playing hard, blocking, tackling, running around. And I think just kind of full 4 quarters. I thought we kept playing, and I think we're kind of starting to build something that we're starting to build the identity, and that's what coach is talking about. And I get to do my part of protecting the football. So.
I know you were very complimentary of Eton Chisum over the course of the spring, his work he did during the OTAs. I know you guys didn't have a chance to connect tonight, but from the sideline, what did you see from him and maybe his overall growth over the course of the summer?
Yeah, he's a baller. I mean, he loves coming up, ask me questions about routes and things. He loves talking football. He's just a football player, and you saw it tonight, making plays. Glad he got in the end zone, and then almost should have got in the end zone again on the screen. He got chased down, but I think just blocking hard, doing all the right things. I think that kind of is what we're preaching in the offensive room. You do keep doing things the right way and keep showing up. You're going to get rewarded.
Hey, Jake, over here, just how disappointing was it to start sort of with that fumble on the
Yeah,
first
it's
drive?
disappointing. I mean, I was excited to get out there, and Tayvon takes it the 100 yards. It was pretty sweet. But, you got a little bit of drive going, third down, and, just can't do that, my first time out. Just definitely put a damper. I'm glad we responded well that next drive. But, same time, I'm glad it's something I can control, but at the end of the day, you just can't put the defense in that position, when games, matter and during the season. And, I told, those guys, it's on me. We got to get back out there, and glad I was able to get another series going.
Hey, Drake, imagine, especially as quarterback, one of the top priorities in the preseason is avoiding big contact and staying in good condition. But when it comes to using your legs, how much is the balance of, I don't want to take off run, get too much contact versus, if they're going to give me all that green grass, I got to take it.
I think, when they play man or they're, down in the red zone and sitting back in zone and, playing too high, I got to, play football. That's, my natural instinct. Obviously wish you could have, hit some more passes, but at the same time, I thought we were running the ball well all night, and there's an even balance of, them accounting for, me being able to run a little bit. And I thought I got down and on the first third down scramble, and then in the red zone, like I said, I'm going to go out there and play football.
Drake, you mentioned it a little bit, but just take us through your reaction to seeing Tayvon Henderson on that first play, just take it 100 yards on that kickoff return.
Yeah, I think it's different with the kickoff rule now. You think, teams are going to want to, tackle and not get 35-yard line, so it's going to be a chance for some returns. And, it's like a lightning bolt. He was, I saw the crease and, knew he was gone. So, pretty cool. The first time he touched football, it's a touchdown. And then, credit the guys that did the blocking up front. That's, special teams, and all 3 phases. I think special teams got a chance to be big for us this year.
Hey, Drake, just going back to the end of the first drive, plays like that where you're trying to extend, do you feel like that's more just instinct, like you were talking about reflex, or is there kind of a deliberate thought on that play of what you were trying to do?
No, yeah, it's instinct. It's just the first time I got hit since back in the last week 17. So it's instinctive, and I'm gonna try to do my best and not get hit. But I'm gonna do my part of standing there and delivering throws, and know it's gonna happen. But I think it's instinctive, just playing football, and obviously trying to get the ball in the other guy's hands because they're better runners than I am. But just keeping the defense honest.
In your first answer, you mentioned the optimism you have with the group this year. Is it possible to get a sense for who and what this team is this early, and what's driving that optimism?
Yeah, I think you just got to continue to work at it every day, every week. Learn from it, learn from the tape. That's what the biggest thing I've seen these guys. They want to get better. They're asking questions. There's a lot of football talk around in the locker room. I think that's just something that you like seeing. I think the optimism for me is, these guys, like I said in the previous one, we want to win, and it starts with the head coach, the intensity. You see the guys up front. Especially the first offensive line group. That was in with me. I was tossing and handing it off, and just watching them kind of set the tone early up front. That kind of gets me excited and gets me pumped up. You see guys, talking trash until the whistle, and that's what you want. That's what you want around the locker room. You want those guys, and it's easy for me to get excited, playing with guys like that beside me.
Last question, Mike Reese in the back.
Hey Drake, when you think about Ramondre and Travion and Antonio, the three backs there, how would you sort of describe the way they complement each other from your view?
Yeah, I think it's it's tough on the defense. They all can make you miss. They can run over you. They can catch balls out of the backfield. So it's going to be challenging for us on when to use them and how to use them, and getting them the ball. So we got to get those guys open in space. They're great football players, and you see two of them in the kickoff return. I don't know who they're going to kick it to. Both of them are pretty had big ones tonight. So excited to have them beside me, and I think the best thing about them, they're smart. They're good in pass pro. They're good when running the football. That's obvious, but routes, and I think pass pro, they're willing to block. That's something you look for in a quarterback. Is he going up in the A gap like, man, I got to go do this. Those guys are like, I'm gonna protect the guy behind me, and that's what, like I said, it's pretty cool and fires me up. So thank y'all.